Lucky guys, we're here at Crooked House. We're going to walk through an intricate lighting setup with Andre Badenhorst. It's in collaboration with Ether Studio. We're in Randburg. What an incredible space. Let's get creative. Hey guys, let's check it out. Lucky guys, so we're in studio here. There's a bit of an echo, but we're testing out audio and everything else that goes with it. With me, I've got Andre Badenhorst. Andre, thank you so much for joining us today for this and for just us being a fly on the wall.
Oh, awesome, man. Anytime, dude.
This is exciting. Looking forward to it. We've got some amazing talent here. Soks is here. Chris is here helping out. And man, I look forward to this.
Oh, great, man.
So guys, just to run you through the gear I'm using. Today, this is my go-to. It's the Fujifilm GFX 50S2. Incredible camera, shoots medium format. I shoot everything with this. I started shooting on medium format about, I think it's 8 years ago now. And for the type of work that I do, it's definitely the best tool. I'm saying that I'm not trying to push the brand or anything like that, but for conceptual work and bigger sets, I need all the quality I can get, and this is why I'm shooting with the GFX. On the lighting side, we're shooting with Godox. We've got two M600s here, no LED. We've got our spotlight snoot, as well as a Godox FL150. So we are pretty much just going to start building the setup. We're going to play around and just show you guys how I would normally approach shooting a portrait. With any work that I do, even if it's bigger sets or portraits, I always start lighting from the back coming forward. And the reason I work like that is that shows me exactly where the light falls. So normally when it's a portrait, I start with the rim light, so I can see exactly where that light is hitting the subject and what I want out of it. If you work the other way around, say for instance you start with your key, I'm not saying that's the wrong way to do it, I'm just explaining to you guys what works for me. But for instance, if I start with my key and then start putting the rims in, I can't exactly see exactly where those lights are hitting. So for our rim light at the moment, I'm using the Godox M600 on a light flow panel. You'll see the panel on top there. So the aim is now just to work on the rim light, separating Soks from our backdrop. There we go. All right, cool. So I'm just tethering here and having a look at where the light is falling. So currently with the light flow system, for guys that's not familiar with it, it's 4 diffusions over 4 different panels. And in the K1 kit, there's 16 different reflectors, 4 different diffusions. We've got number 2 to 4. Your number 1 panel is pretty much a mirror, and then the diffusion runs down. It gets softer. Number 4 is a strip light, which is very handy. All right, cool. So currently on the rim, if I'm looking at the image I just shot, my rim light is way too harsh. We currently have a number 2 panel in there on the light flow. So I want to soften that rim up. So we're going to go for a number 3. We are obviously also lighting this portrait. We're shooting a black and white portrait, and I'm keeping all the lights away from our white backdrop. I just want a nice gray at the back. All right, cool. That's nice, Chris. Soks, just look that way for me. That's cool. I think we can go down on intensity on this light. All right, so we swapped the diffusion and we're coming down on intensity. So we're on 65%. I think we were on 95 or 100. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so our rim light's way softer. What I do want to do is I even want to soften it up a little bit more. So we are going to move our 600 closer to subject. And the same rule applies as with any lighting. The bigger your source, the softer the light. So that's the reason why we're bringing it in. And typically when I light for rim lights, I'll give you guys a quick example. Soks is sitting at a 45 degrees, so that is where I want him in the final shot. But the moment, just quickly look into camera for me, man. I don't know if you guys want to come have a look here. So this is what I are not looking for in portraits when doing a rim light. You can see on his nose that little piece of light catching it, that's making the image very, very messy. But when sitting at a 45 degree, is it now? There we go. You see there's no light in his face and just nice separation from the background. Okay, cool. So next step, what I want to do is we've got our Godox FL matte, LED matte as a top light, and we are just gonna separate the top of Soks's hair with the background as well, and it's also gonna give us a little bit of a fill. Yeah. Right there, Soks, you're looking 45 degrees there. I think, let me just have a look there. Yo, that's looking nice. That's cool. All right, so now we have a slight fill on Soks's face as well. Remember, I'm not bothered about our key light at the moment. This is literally just working on a rim separation and a top light coming down. All right, so also the mood with this portrait, I want it to look dramatic. So we're going to use, with our key light, we're going to bring in the 600. This is the spotlight snoot. And I want to create a bit of a shape on Soks's face. So Chrissy, we're obviously going stripped down, almost in the middle of the eyes. And I think we might have to bring that guy in quite a bit. The only thing with working with the spotlight snoots, it does suck a lot of light. So we, even on the 600 now, we're losing quite a bit as to working with a light bulb. 50. All right, you can go up. Chris just told me that we're on 15%, so we actually have a lot of light still that we can use. Nice. Yeah, there's burning Soks. Yes. So you can just look a bit lower here. That's pretty cool. Soks, so for this one, unfortunately, you're going to have to stay very still, dude, because it's just that stripe here. So on Soks's left eye, Chris, we can open up a little bit more. And then I also just want that stripe a bit softer. Can you defocus that? Yeah, that's starting to look very cool, man. And the aim of the snoot is not to light Soks's body at all. So we're just keeping it over the eyes, and it's literally just painting with and layering light on him. Yeah, but it's starting to look very nice. Chris, I wonder if we put a diffusion flag over that. So guys, I'm not 100% happy with the result we have at the moment with the spotlight, because the lines are very sharp. So what we're going to do is just quickly put up a little diffusion, and that's going to soften our edges a bit more. Cool. Also wanted to say, shooting black and white really scares the living shit out of me, because I use a lot of color in my images. So a couple of years ago, I started with a project to shoot influential South African musicians, and that's kind of how I started lighting them in this exact way. But back then I was using flash, and I kind of forced myself to shoot black and white so I can focus more on what my subject should do emotionally as to looking at a whole set, if that makes any sense. So it's still very, very scary. Just lift your chin a little bit there, Soks. Yeah, there we go, bro. Nice. Okay guys, so now we have more separation on Soks' left side of his body. So things are really starting to look cool here. One thing that I'd also want to do is just lighten up under his chin. So how we can do that is just bringing in a poly from the bottom, bouncing this up. Thanks, Chris. Guys, so Chris just mentioned he's got a Godox FH50 here. So we're going to use that light as a kicker, just lighting under Soks' chin. All right, cool guys. So Chris just set us up with a Godox FS50. Incredible little light, and we're just using this light for a bit of fill under Soks' chin. Right. Okay, Soks, just lean over a little bit more other way. Right there, bro. That's perfect. Cool. Good. Soks, can you lose your top? You see, I wasn't lying.
Put you in the right.
Okay, so looking at this image now, I would want to see more detail on Soks' tattoos. So our kicker, we're going to come up. I think we're currently on 70%, so let's lift it to around 90. And this is what I meant earlier by saying just painting and layering with light. So I also love working, you guys will see with the FS50 here, there's a grid spot in that. We also have a grid in the Aladdin. So it's just to keep the light focused really on exactly what it needs to do, and we don't have extra spill or anything like that. The light flow panels also, they're super handy to do things like that. Right there, that's perfect, Soks. Sick, man. Right.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this Crooked House production. Thank you, Andre, for just allowing us in this space and showing us how you construct everything. Huge shout out to Chris, the ambassador from Movie Vision. All things lighting, he knows it, Andre knows it, but we can't do anything without a Soks in the house.
Wait, Soksy!
Guys, check it out. We'll bring more of this stuff to you guys. Hit it up in the comment section. Tell us what you thought about this, and we look forward to bringing more of this stuff to you guys. Lekker, cheers. I'm out.